Your campus, your voice, presented by RMU students for RMU students. Join us as RMU Live begins now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to RMU Live for Tuesday, January 26, 2010. I'm Jacob Neal.
And I'm Kevin Williams. Thank you for joining us. Many of you may have been late to class today due to downtown flooding.
Oh, that's right, Kevin. Overnight snow made for an interesting drive this morning for commuters. The 700-space Monworth parking lot was closed as authorities expected it to flood. The 10th Street bypass had been closed as well, as a section of the Parkway East known as the Bathtub was closed after both fell victim to flooding. These are just some of the numerous road closes that have occurred in Allegheny and Westmoreland counties. It has been made getting to work and school a challenge for many in the region. A river flood warning remains in effect for the Ohio River until 2 a.m.
RMU President Gregory DeLomo released a statement to the RMU community last week regarding what the university is doing to help those affected by the Haiti earthquake and ways that you can help those in need.
It's been more than 2 weeks since a massive earthquake devastated the island of Haiti, killing still untold numbers of people and orphaning thousands of children. Now, RMU students, faculty, and staff are doing their part to help those in need.
Robert Morris University obviously has been affected by the disaster in Haiti. 4 of our students are from Haiti, and several alumni are from Haiti. So we're very committed to helping with the devastation. And we have canisters distributed throughout campus in athletics and in Nicholson Center where students can donate.
In addition to donation canisters, there are also several upcoming events that will benefit relief efforts.
February 12th, we're going to be putting on a dance that will be, it's called Where's Your Heart? Helping Haiti. And we're also going to do a Chinese auction there. So we're getting different baskets donated.
The band and the cheerleaders are raising money at all the home basketball games for Help for Haiti. And I've learned that our basketball intramural program is going to have a tournament, and the proceeds from that tournament will also go towards helping Haiti.
Another thing that's happening is an RA is putting something together called Hoops for Haiti. So that's something to look out for.
Contributions to efforts in Haiti have also hit home here at RMU. In a statement by RMU President Gregory DeLomo last week, quote, 3 RMU students and 1 of our alumni have lost friends and family members in the earthquake. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them. Also, some of our students who are members of the military reserves are preparing to be deployed to Haiti. We commend them for their service and look forward to their safe return, unquote. Those interested in information about donating can visit either the Office of Student Life or the Office of Student Civic Engagement, both on the 2nd floor of Nicholson Center.
And according to Dean John Michaelenko, there is no word tonight on exactly how much money RMU has raised or how long the university will be collecting donations for World Vision. Michaelenko added that there are currently no plans to accept Haitian college students displaced by the earthquake, although the university is open to it if there is need.
Today in the Rogel Chapel, Sam Sharma spoke as part of the Diversity Speakers series here at Robert Morris. Sharma is the leader with the Interfaith Dialogue Group and is founder of the Asena, an organization which focuses on life, philosophy, and the works of Mahatma Gandhi. Sharma spoke about various aspects of Hinduism, including its origins and lessons from the Vedas.
When I talk to you, if I strongly come across from a Hindu or an Indian perspective, you kindly forgive me, but that is what I am. Hinduism and India, as you know, are very so intertwined, predominantly because India is still a Hindu country. 80-85% of the population is Hindu. But there are, just like this country here, our country here, there are all faiths in India, and they generally get along very well, except now and then we get into trouble here, we get in trouble there too.
Coming up, one national company cuts jobs while another adds them. We'll have more on that next.
Plus, what's going on in weather, and Brooks Bratton is here with the latest in sports when we come back. But first, here's what happened on this day in history.
So bad, I wake up in pain every day. I want to know why. I want to know why my hair is falling out. How did this happen?
How did this happen? A little pain in my knee. That's how it started.
That's how it started.
This rash on my face, now it's like my body is attacking me. I want answers.
When you don't have the right answers, it may be time to ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Sam's Club, the warehouse division of Walmart, is cutting 11,000 jobs. That's about 10% of the workforce. Sam's Club says it needs to focus on increasing sales and adding membership. The job cuts will mostly be part-timers, and the warehouse club has about 600 stores nationwide. No word yet on any local job closes. Meanwhile, Ford Motor Company is adding new jobs, 1,200 at the Chicago plant. That's where workers will build the next version of the SUV, the Explorer, the Ford Taurus, and the Lincoln are also made at the Chicago plant. Ford says it expects to turn a profit in 2011.
The trucking and bus industry is giving a thumbs up to a new ban on texting while driving. The ban is now in effect. Drivers of interstate buses and large trucks who text while driving could face fines of up to $2,700. Many say enforcing the restrictions would be difficult. The trucking and busing industry want the wireless industry to help in the effort. French lawmakers have recommended that the country ban the burqa, the full body covering worn by some Muslim women, in hospitals and schools and on public transport, a French parliamentary commission announced today. The ban would also apply to anyone who attempts to receive public services, but it would not apply to people wearing the burqa on the street, the commission said.
A bomber has attacked a U.S. base outside Kabul, Afghanistan. NATO officials are reporting that the Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attacks on Fort Phoenix, a U.S. base located on the outskirts of the capital. The blast is said to have caused by a vehicle bomb, and no official casualties have been reported. However, Taliban spokesman Zabullah Mahudad claims the strike killed 25 soldiers and destroyed 3 tanks.
You know, it's interesting because we were actually talking about all the flooding earlier this morning, and I was actually affected by that. 10th Street bypass was closed, and that's how I get to school. So it was actually pretty interesting that we mentioned that. But let's get to weather right now because it's pretty interesting. It is getting colder outside right now. The temperature right now is in the low 30s at 30 degrees. The dew point is rising. It's at 21 Fahrenheit right now. Humidity is stable, actually a little bit wet outside right now for considering how cold it is at 68%. Pressure is even at 30.05, and the winds are coming out of the southwest at 14 miles an hour. Here are some of the temperatures from around the region, pretty much the same for everyone around the Pittsburgh area. Upper 20s, low 30s, 30 right here in Pittsburgh, 29 in Butler and Katanning. Those are the hot spots. And if we look at the broader view, it is 30 here in Pittsburgh, 30 also in Erie and Cleveland. In Detroit, it's about the same at 29, but Fort Wayne, Indiana is a chilly 24 degrees, and it is freezing at 32 degrees in Charleston, West Virginia. Now, if we look ahead to tonight, it will be about 21 degrees, and it looks like it's going to be it looks like there are going to be some flurries tonight, but nothing that should accumulate, only in the Laurel Highlands. And today's high, was 33 degrees. The low this morning was 21. The normal highs, 35 and the low 20s. So we're about even. The record was 68 and -5. And now let's look ahead here. and that should be.
Our own Channing Frampton could not be with us tonight as he was featured in RMU's performance of Rent at the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival at IUP. Luckily for us, he brought a camera along and filed this report.
RMU had a rare opportunity to be represented at the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival this past week for its production of Rent. The festival, which took place at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, showcased collegiate theater from areas including Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. RMU's very own performers described their experience.
IUP was amazing, I'd say. It was one of my most moving performances that I've ever experienced ever. The audience was amazing, the atmosphere was great, everyone was on top of the job, and I loved it.
Yesterday's performance of Rent was amazing. The audience really helped everybody get in the prospect of the whole show. But I think as a cast, it was probably the best show that we could have ever done for Rent. After performing at such a heightened level, a few of the cast members get to relive the experience as they move into rehearsals for Pittsburgh Musical Theater's professional production of the show.
I was kind of nervous first coming here today because I had like a whole family established with the other cast previously, but everyone was very nice and everyone wanted to meet each other and everything, and we just came together really fast.
Then coming to PMT, it's hard because you've done the show, you know what's supposed to happen, and you want to try and help people, but you don't want to cross that boundary between being the director or the choreographer and being the performer or whatever. With new material, voices, and audiences, it's an exciting time for RMU's Colonial Theater.
Channing Frampton reporting. Now we got Brooks Bratton here. Now, what's the latest in sports today?
Well, the Penguins had a couple good games over the weekend, and also the NFC Championship game was a real good one in the NFL for the playoffs. Coming up in sports, as I said, the Penguins face divisional rivals on back-to-back nights. The women's hockey team wins big, also on back-to-back nights, and there was a thrilling NFC Championship game down in the Bayou that's coming up next. But first, here's your Athlete of the Week.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
You ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Yes, ready. Let's go.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
The Colonial women's hockey team went on an offensive tear this past weekend, notching 26 tallies over 2 games. They beat Sacred Heart 10-2 with Sarah O'Malley picking up the hat trick, and 13 Colonials had at least 1 point in the win, but they weren't done there. The next evening, Sacred Heart was the victim again. Robert Morris thwarted the Pioneers 13-4 with 11 players getting goals and 14 tallying at least 1 point in the contest. They also set a team record for most shots in one game with 54 on the night. Staying on the ice, the Pens had 2 quality matchups over the past couple of days against division rivals Philadelphia and the New York Rangers. The Penguins players and coaching staff had their fathers accompany them on the road trip for the 4th annual Father's Trip, and the Pens traditionally do pretty well with the dads in attendance, and this time was no different. To the ice we go. Pens and Flyers from the Wachovia Center. 5 minutes in, Philly on the power play. Kimmo Timonen shot from the point, misses wide, but Jeff Carter pulls a Mario and banks it in off of Brent Johnson and in. The Flyers take a 1-0 lead. Still in the first, Pens on the PP. Sergei Gonchar at the point with the wrister. Gets through the screen and beats Ray Emery. We're knotted at 1 apiece. Skip to the third now. Flyers man advantage. Simone Gagne from the point. Taking a look. And ping! Rings it off the post. Score remains knotted at 1 now with less than 2 to go. Pens on the power play, and it's Gonchar again. This time with the slapper. Tipped by Matt Cook and finds the twine. 2-1 Pittsburgh. At this point then, with 10 seconds left to go, Flyers 6-on-4 advantage. Timonen comes out from behind the net and sends it in front. Snared by Brent Johnson, and that would be all she wrote. Pens go on to win 2-1. They are now 4-1 against the Flyers this season. One more meeting between the two on the campaign. Pens and blue shirts last night from the Garden early first. Sidney Crosby finds the man who was called up 9 hours earlier. Chris Connor buries his first on Henrik Lundqvist. Short side, 1-0 Gwynns. On to the third, now tied at 1. Artem Anisimov is going to squeak one by Marc-Andre Fleury. Take another look. The puck just barely squirts over the line as Fleury's skate is going to knock it in right there, and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead. But after Evgeny Malkin ties it at 2, it's that Connor kid again, picking up the garbage from the Crosby rebound, beating Lundqvist to make it 3-2. And then late in the third, Rangers with the net empty. Pascal Dupuis fires into the Venkat cage, seals the deal as the Pens win 4-2, pick up their second victory in as many days, and they have now beaten the Rangers in 7 straight meetings between the club, an all-time high. On to the gridiron now. The AFC and NFC championships took place this past Sunday to determine who would play for the Vince Lombardi Trophy in Super Bowl 44 from Miami in 2 weeks. The AFC championship game came first with the #1 seeded Indianapolis Colts prevailing over the New York Jets, but it was the thrilling NFC championship game that garnered the most attention. So to the